This documentary explores the history of technology through the life of one of America's greatest inventors, John Moses Browning, and how his mechanical genius reshaped modern warfare. The content is presented in a purely historical and educational context. In 1916, as thousands of soldiers were dying in the trenches of World War I, an American mechanic had an idea everyone thought was impossible, turning a simple hunting rifle into a fully automatic combat weapon. Military generals dismissed him, experts laughed. But John Browning was on the verge of creating the most influential machine gun of the 20th century, one that would permanently change warfare. John Moses Browning was born in 1855 in Ogden, Utah, into a family of gunsmiths. His father, Jonathan Browning, built rifles for settlers in the American West, and young John grew up among tools, metal, and gun oil. By age 7, he was watching his father's every move. By 13, he built his first complete rifle from scrap metal, stronger than many rifles sold commercially. Browning had a natural ability to visualize complex mechanisms in his mind. He understood how metal, pressure, springs, and explosive force interacted. Weapons to him were not instruments of death. They were engineering puzzles waiting to be solved. In 1879, he patented his first rifle. It was simple, reliable, and revolutionary. Winchester quickly bought the patent, beginning decades of collaboration. Over the following years, Browning created some of the most innovative firearms of the era: pump-action shotguns, repeating rifles, and early semi-automatic pistols. But his greatest obsession was the automatic weapon, not for destruction, but for the mechanical challenge: how to use the energy of each shot to reload the next one automatically. In the summer of 1890, everything changed. While testing a rifle, Browning noticed the hot gases bending the grass near the barrel. Most shooters had seen this countless times, but Browning saw energy, wasted energy. And in that moment, he realized those gases could power a weapon's firing cycle. This insight became the foundation of modern automatic firearms. After months of testing, explosions, broken springs, and redesigns, Browning finally built a working gas-operated machine gun. It was simple, reliable, and decades ahead of its time. When he demonstrated it to the U.S. military in 1891, the officers were unimpressed. Machine guns were considered defensive tools, not battlefield weapons. But history had other plans. When World War I erupted, trench warfare turned machine guns into the most important weapons on the battlefield. The U.S. military, desperate for better equipment, turned back to Browning. At 62 years old, Browning delivered not one but two groundbreaking designs: a water-cooled heavy machine gun, the M1917, and the Browning automatic rifle, the first true portable automatic weapon. American factories worked day and night. Thousands of workers, many of them women, built Browning machine guns with remarkable precision. When the M1917 reached the battlefield in 1918, soldiers were stunned by its reliability. It kept firing in mud, rain, sand, and cold. It jammed less, overheated less, and required fewer parts than any other machine gun of the era. The bar introduced mobile automatic fire into infantry combat, transforming tactics forever. After the war, Browning's designs became global standards. His 50 caliber M2 heavy machine gun, introduced in 1933, remains in active military service today, over 90 years later. No other firearm in history has served so long or so widely. Browning's gas-operated principle became the basis for nearly all modern automatic weapons, including the AK-47 and M16. Browning died in 1926 while working at his bench in Belgium, still inventing. But his legacy shaped World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, and conflicts throughout the 21st century. His machine guns were mounted on tanks, planes, ships, helicopters, and fortifications across every front. Through desert sand, jungle humidity, Arctic cold, and urban warfare, Browning's weapons earned a reputation as some of the most reliable ever made. John Moses Browning registered 128 patents and changed world history through pure mechanical genius without formal engineering education. His philosophy, simplicity, reliability, and using natural forces instead of fighting them, defined modern weapon design. His inventions were not just tools of war, but milestones in engineering. And the principles he discovered continue to shape technology today.